Hi Kelsey, it's Patty, and I am making a video of your math problems. There were quite a few corrections, so I'm so sorry. You have like some of the things spot on, but just little details. I hope this spells it out a little better. So number one, or sorry, A, you got the n to the 0 equals 1, correct? But then you have to remember the 8, so it was 8 times 1 equals 8. B, this one you got great. With these, always remember, and you did it right, but if the negative is not inside the parentheses, then it's 7 squared, and then add the negative. So I put that here, 7 squared in the parentheses, add the negative, negative 49. That one you got correct. Very good. C, I can't remember what you did with this one, but make sure that the negative 4 is on the top. So that's implying, where's my finger again? That's implying negative 4 over 1 times 1 over k cubed. And then you just 4 over 1 times 1 over k cubed ends up being negative 4. Or sorry, did I say negative 4? Negative 4 over 1 times 1 over k cubed is negative 4 over k cubed. D. So this one, what you need to remember, which you got in some parts. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry, I just scared Comet so bad. And now the video's shaking. Okay. So when you multiply a exponent, oh, sorry, not multiply. When you take an exponent to an exponent, so the exponent in the parentheses, exponent outside the parentheses, you multiply them together. And then also, this is a negative 5 inside the parentheses. So when you square that, here it is, I broke them apart. Negative 5 squared, and then the negative 4 squared. So negative 5 times negative 5 is 25, and I think you got that part. And then this one, you do negative 4 times 2. Ends up being negative 8. So you have 25 times a to the negative 8 ends up being 25 times 1 over a to the 8th, or 25 over a to the 8th. That was D. E, you did good. So this is the opposite, or not the opposite, but this is when you're multiplying. When you're multiplying two of the same variable, you add their exponents together. This one has a negative, so 2 minus 8 is negative 6. P to the negative 6, 1 over p to the 6th. You got that one right. That was good. Where's F? Here's F. Okay, so this is 6, all in the parentheses, 6 times m to the negative 5 times u to the 9th. And then those are taken to the power of negative 2. And so I'm going to break them apart. So I have 6 to the negative 2, m to the negative 5th to the negative 2, and u to the 9th to the negative 2. 6 to the negative 2 is 1 over 6 squared, which then turns into 1 over 36. M to the negative 5 to the negative 2 is m to the negative 5 times negative 2. The two negatives together make a positive, m to the 10th. And then u to the 9th to the negative 2 ends up being u to the 9 times negative 2, which ends up being u to the negative 18. So I have these three parts, and I just turn them into one fraction. So I put the m to the 10th on the top. I kept the 1 over 36, and I put the u to the negative 18 at the bottom and made it positive 18. So that was F. G, you did great. You got the 20 over 4 equals 5. And then I did 1 over y to the 3rd. Do you see that on the bottom? And then I turned the y to the negative 5th. I turned it into 1 over y to the 5th. And then the 20 over 4 turned into a 5. And then the y to the 3rd times y to the 5th. You add those exponents together, you get 5 over y to the 8th. You did that one good. That was G. And then here is H. So remember, the negative is outside the parentheses, so we're going to treat just 3 to the 0 and then turn it negative. And then same here, 7 to the 0. So I put the 3 to the 0 in the parentheses, so it was negative 3 to the 0 minus 7 to the 0. And you know that anything to the 0 is 1. So there's the negative still on the outside. There's the 1 minus the 1. And then I can just take the parentheses away and get minus 1 is -2. I don't know if you use the number line to add negatives together or subtract them, but I taught my other students to do this. You start out with the number line on the -1, and then if you're subtracting, you're moving to the left. Here's my arrow, to the left. And so you start the -1, and then you move to the left 1, and you get -2. So this one is just a lot of adding exponents together after you move them around. So I kept the c to the 12th on the top, and I moved to the c to the -30 to the bottom. Or actually, no, I moved the c to the 6th to the top. So I moved that because I'm just going to be adding exponents together. So to make it easier, I moved the c to the 6th up to the top, and I made it c to the 12th, which is the same, times c to the -30, which is the same, times c to the -6. Do you see that? I went from +6 on the bottom to -6 on the top, and then just added them all together, which I think you did, but I think you just did your math wrong, because you had c to the -26, but it was c to the -24th. And then you put it on the bottom, c to the 24th. So that one, I think, was just, you just added wrong. And then the final one, 5. Oh, this one you almost got correct too. 5 times v to the 4th times d to the -7th times -4 times v to the -10th times d to the 15th. So the 5 times the -4 is -20. You did that right. And then v to the 4 times v to the -10, you add their exponents together, or in this case, you subtract the 10 because it's negative. And then d to the -7th plus d to the 15th. And then just doing math, I kept the -20. V to the 4 minus 10 equals v to the -6. D to the -7 plus 15 equals d to the 8th. And then the only thing you did wrong here was, remember, -20 does not mean, it's hard when you're mixing regular numbers and exponents, does not mean that you put it on the bottom of the fraction. It stays at the top as a -20, and then the d to the 8th at the top, and the v to the 6th at the bottom. So that one also, I think you just had trouble with the -20 with what to do with it. So anyway, I hope that helps. I know it went by quick. Maybe pause it in different spots to look at what I did. So let me know if that helped. All right, friend, I love you. Talk to you later.